Good morning, folks. Thrash Pondo here, and today I have a special treat. Now, initially, my idea was to, while I was taking this computer course, only bring you folks the live chats for my content channel and wait till I was done to give a post of true quality. But I decided why keep you in suspenders? So I've put together a small celebratory collection today. It's actually a request from one of my biggest friends of channels, Mr. Mystery Men and Monsters, or as I like to refer to him, M and M and M. An M and M. An M and M. An M and I'm sorry. Anyway, he recently asked me to put together a compilation of Brian Aldiss material, collections of short stories, novels, and that type of thing, for the people just getting involved in the Brian Aldiss bibliography, something I am adept at. So I present for your approval the Brian Aldiss Starter Pack. And I'm going to begin right off the top with my all time favorite novel, let alone science fiction novel, of all time, and I'm sure you've been paying attention, Hot House. This one's great, actually. It's set billions, not millions, that's billions with a B, billions of years in the future, where Earth's sun has gone into supernova, causing plant life on Earth to go out the gate, and it becomes carnivorous and aggressive and takes over the planet, and humans are reduced to living as sort of tribal chimpanzees. And it's actually a adventure story around the main character Gren, a naughty young boy who goes off and has adventures well, I don't want to give the game away. There's actually a starter review. I would intend to do a read along of this. In fact, if you people decide to join the post, I will do a read along of Hot House, and we'll all have tremendous fun. But I'm going to start with Hot House. Moving on to my next one, guess what? Also reviewed in my content section, Graybeard. Possibly my favorite post-apocalyptic slash dystopian novel ever written. Essentially, the plot is above ground atomic experiments earlier in the 20th century cause a freak occurrence in the Van Allen belts, resulting in global sterilization of most life on Earth, especially and including humans. And it's a story of the last generation on Earth as they contemplate what it is to be human in an emptying world. You gotta read it. You gotta read it. As far as compilations go, I'm going to start with Star Swarm. Again, you're gonna be very surprised to hear this. I have made reference to this in my content section. It's a number of his short stories put together in a kind of a slick framing device. It's supposedly a review of a galactic empire, and it's broken into different zones, and each short story represents a different zone. And it's some of his best work, including one of my favorite short stories, The Legend of Smith Burst, which, by the way, is where I got my moniker. Moving forward, this is quite possibly my favorite collection of his short stories, Galaxies Like Grains of Sand. This one's another amazing one. And this one, the premise is it's the history of Earth from World War III to the end of time. And the short stories are great. It has possibly my favorite short story of his of all time, uh, Who Could Replace a Man? And there's a review of it in here for those of you who want a little input, and for those of you who want to be surprised, go out and read it while you can. Oh, and one last thing. This one gets an honorable mention. This one is called the Saliva Tree. This one is really, really slick. It's essentially Brian Aldiss' love letter to H.G. Wells. And it's basically Food of the Gods if it was written by H.P. Lovecraft. And you want to get your heads around that? You don't have to. You can read the book. And as you read it, you'll be like, oh my gosh, he's so right, as I always am. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Thank you, M, for your suggestion. And of course, I want to ask you all to like and subscribe and all those other nice things I'm doing. By the way, all my new subscribers, I want to say welcome to the show. I hope you enjoy all the content, both old and new and future new. And a few shout outs I want to give while I have you all with us. Thank you very much, Steve, from the Life and Sad Ending, for all the wonderful things you've been saying about me. Thank you, Dave Sundstrom and Pat McCormick, and of course, Barry King and Alan Sanders from BK on the Air. And a special super duper grouper shout out to my good friend Ian C., who has recently tied the knot. I hope you and the new Mrs. EMC squared, although you'll always roll in my book. Anyway, I want to thank you all and I wish you a great, great, great happiness. And again, that's all I got for you folks today. Be good, be safe, be careful, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all again very, 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 very soon. Peace.